A New York family spent 44 years looking for answers into a couple's disappearance. Investigators say that a car found in a Brunswick pond may have some answers. Glenn County police say that car matches one of a couple that the couple was last seen driving back in 1980. And tonight we're hearing from the family of Charles and Catherine Romer for the very first time. Our Zach Wilcox joins us live tonight from that pond. And Zach, the car was found there Friday, but it's still in that pond tonight?
Yeah, Heather, and it sounds like from Glenn County Police, it may still be there for a while longer because of just how fragile it is, and they're afraid if they move it that it could, destroy some of that evidence. So they're keeping it right there while they look for any kind of traces of DNA. They're looking for a VIN number to try and match it to any kind of registration and any other evidence that may be in or around the car. And yesterday when we filmed it, we flew a drone over, and you could see from that bird's eye view the windshield and the top of the car. Very different story today. So we don't have a great view from here. So let's just go ahead and show you the video where we flew over the top, and you could see straight down in the car, no more roof. You could see the interior of that car, some of the seats as well. And we do know that on Friday they found a bone inside the car. That's been sent off for DNA testing. And I talked with the granddaughter of Catherine Romer, who mentioned that she would be willing to share her DNA, especially if it would lead to some kind of break in this case, considering she's been waiting her entire adult life for some information. The last time that she saw her grandmother was when she was 15 years old back in 1979, before her grandmother left to go spend the winter in Miami. And they were driving back up from New York when they checked into the hotel by the pond here and never checked out here in Brunswick. So she's hoping that this may finally bring the family some closure after more than 4 decades.
After 44 years, we never, we just gave up thinking there's ever an answer. But I don't think a day went by in our lives that we didn't wonder and miss, our grandmother.
Now, I asked Glenn County Police that since they found the bone on Friday, if they found any other evidence at this point, but there's nothing that they can share to this point. Guys?
Wow, some clues all these years later. And Zach, you learned that's actually not the only car in that pond. What have investigators told you about the other car that's there?
Yeah, Heather, we noticed as they were pumping it down on the other end of the pond, there was another car that started to emerge out of the water, but found out from Glenn County Police today that that is unrelated to the Romer investigation. At this point, they think that it was a crash from several years later. The driver survived. They just never removed the car from here. So all the attention is on the Lincoln Continental, and they mentioned that it could be weeks, if not months, to get through that DNA processing. But after all, this family has already waited 44 years for some answers. In Brunswick, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.